This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports and Chaco. We're delighted to be joined once again by the main man probably of the last 24 hours, Eric Donovan. How are you, Eric?
Well, how's things, Stephen? All good, man. All good. Thanks for having me
on. You've obviously just broke news, obviously, yesterday. You're obviously in Ultimate Hell Week. We're not obviously looking for any exclusives, any scoop or anything into it, but I'm sure probably one thing you probably can say is what an experience.
It was an incredible experience. Unbelievable. Can't wait for everybody to watch it now because, look, in my opinion anyway, I think it's the best show on TV. And I've always had that kind of viewpoint, not just because I was on it. You know, I'm a huge fan of the show. So is my wife and so is all of my friends and everybody that I know who loves the show, you know. So when they asked me to go on board, I was absolutely delighted. You know, I was absolutely delighted. And but I obviously had to come through a little bit of a test first. My last fight was on the 14th of May in Belfast against Engel Gomez. A 6-round fight. You know, it probably didn't present too much of a danger or worry, but you know, when you get into a boxing ring, you always you're always putting yourself at a risk, and you could always pick up an injury, a cut, a sprain or a fracture. Anything could happen. Anything could happen inside the boxing ring. So once I got through that on the Saturday night, the 14th of May, on the Sunday, I went straight to Cork and met up with the rest of the recruits. And then Monday we started filming. And all I will say is, normally after I have a fight, I like to take a week off and really enjoy myself and relax and eat some good food. But this week was anything but the complete opposite. It was hell. It really, really was hell. But you know something? One of the best experiences I've ever had in my entire life. So tune in.
I guess it's one of them things that it they mentally obviously try to break you down, but trying to get you to do certain things. We've obviously seen Tony Bellew obviously recently on I think it was an Australian version, a UK version, and they were able to break him very easily because he was hot-headed. You, on the other hand, probably wouldn't be as hot-headed. I would say it probably, hopefully it's not a spoiler or anything like that, but I'd say hopefully it probably took them quite a lot to mentally get at you, because you would be probably what I regard as probably one of the most laid back sort of fighters I've probably come across. Everything's easy to you, I guess, with the experience, everything you've been through in life and everything else. It would probably take a lot for him to annoy you.
Look, I will say it. I'll tell you what. I'll say this. Like, when I was watching the show, as a fan, I often thought to myself, I bet you and maybe it's not as bad as, or they're showing us the worst parts, or maybe when the cameras go off, there's a little bit of downtime or whatever. I'll tell you what, like, trust me, it's just a different level, a real baptism of fire. And no matter who you are, what background you come from, what sport you're involved in, or what you do, they will get to you. They will get to you. And they will test you in every part of your being. So it's going to be great footage, and I think people are going to really love it. Tune in, don't miss it.
I guess it's obviously going to lead in well to obviously, your biggest. I'd probably say, in my opinion, probably your biggest fight. You've always wanted to become a European champion. In 4 weeks tomorrow, you're obviously getting that dream. Mark, the Magic Man Deluxe delivered once again. And obviously it's going to be in TG4, broadcast all over Ireland. So Ultimate Hell Weeks come probably at the right time for the profile it's raised and everything else. For the time it comes to your fight, there'll not be an eye in the whole of Ireland that won't be tuned in to watch you fight.
Well, hopefully we get a good viewership. TG Qatar are brilliant. They do a great job, and they've always been very good to me, and I'm so grateful for to them for broadcasting this fight and giving us a chance, and giving the rest of the people around Ireland a chance to watch some top class boxing. But yeah, I think the show will actually help in terms of promotion for the fight and building up that kind of interest in the fight. So it has come at a good time. Definitely has come at a good time.
obviously want to touch on the Commonwealth Games. Obviously, I know you're over for finals day in Birmingham. What I guess we're not shocked probably anymore when we see how much success, whether it's the Northern Ireland Commonwealth Games, whether it's Olympics or anything else. But what another incredible tournament, and you got to see finals day, and I know you're very close to Jude Gallagher. What we're running out of words, I guess, to obviously explain the talents we have in amateur boxing.
Yeah, I know, it's fantastic. It really was an incredible achievement from the team. And then obviously my own personal close links to Jude. It was for me a really proud moment to see him be crowned Commonwealth champion, because he works so hard and nobody deserves it more than him. And he's been through a lot, some things went his way, some things happened, but he's always took the knocks, he's always just took them in his grace and never fussed, never complained, and always turned up to work again and again and again. And he's an example of a true role model and a champion mentality, and to be honest with you, I think he's really only turned the corner now. We haven't seen the best of him, and he's really only getting started, and I'm very excited about the type of career that he's going to have. He's in a great position.
I think the fight with Farrell, obviously, I know the early sort of rounds, because of the way the BBC is, it's obviously hard to get it in the south. So I know that some of the fights, obviously, I was having to keep you informed of what was going on, because it's hard to get streams and stuff. But obviously, his fight with Farrell, and Eddie Hearn was sitting ringside, and he was very impressed. I guess for any of them now, it's that, it's finding that right point of where they stay amateur, they go for the Olympic Games, they go professional. Yeah. I guess only they can make their own decisions on obviously what they do next. Some of them's probably had more of a career as an amateur. They go, maybe now's the right time, whereas for maybe Jude and others, they might go, I'm going to stick around amateur boxing for a bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, Jude has always been very clear in his ambition. His ambition is to try and make the Olympic Games, and that's where his focus lies. And there's been a lot of attention, a lot of focus, a lot of commentary on Jude during the Commonwealth Games from a lot of high profile people, Eddie Hearn included. He was very impressed. But look, Jude takes all that in his stride as well. He doesn't let that go to his head. He keeps his feet on the ground and he gets on with things. But his focus is to try and qualify for the Olympic Games for Ireland. But he has to come through a couple more tests. Coming through, being number one in Ireland is very difficult these days. And the opposition and the competition around Ireland are of a world class standard. So it's not going to be easy. So that, that's where he has to kind of, I suppose, try and secure that number one spot. And then that puts you into phase one, and then, or you complete phase one and you move on to phase two, which is probably getting a shot at a comma or at an Olympic qualifiers. And then if you can come through that, then, he's on to stage three, which is hopefully the Olympic Games, so there's a couple of steps that he'll have to go through. But he's just taking it one day at a time, and just working on developing. And we have no dates, no plans or anything for the next elite championships to determine who's going to be the number one Irish team. So there's a lot of changes in the IABA at the moment. So I think schedule and calendars and all that has to be launched and announced for the winter season, or the autumn winter season even. And so we're waiting on that. But in the meantime, Jude is training away, working away, and continuing to develop his craft.
Obviously, 2022 is a big year for you. Obviously, when we last spoke, obviously you have another arrival coming. How's Laura? I guess with everything that's going on with you being an Ultimate Hell Week and everything else, and probably Laura going through obviously the finals. When's the new arrival coming?
Yeah, just 6 weeks now from today. 2 weeks after the fight, basically. So yeah, she's great now. Look, Laura's getting on grand. Thank God. Everything is good. Everything is looking very, very good. So we're really excited about this, about the new arrival, and it's a lovely time in our lives between, you know, the European title fight coming up and then obviously with the new baby coming along as well. And my other two sons, Jack and Troy, as well. You know, Jack is on the way home from the Gaeltacht. He was down there for the last 2.5 weeks, having an amazing experience. Like, you know, fair play to him. He went there on his own into the heart of the Gaeltacht and met up with 300 students, and he's just, again, he just had an incredible time. You know, took it all in his stride as well. So, like, that's going to really add to, you know, that, like, people have said to me in the past, you know, that people who've went to the Gaeltacht, that says been one of the best experiences of their life. And I had a small bit of talk with Jack over the 2.5 weeks. Honestly, he's too busy to talk to his own dad. But he actually said, you know, that he's had a brilliant time. And but they're looking forward to welcoming their new little brother or sister into the family as well. So it's a really special time for us all. Yeah.
I guess sometimes when you sort of look at it, you know, I know you're not mind me saying you're 37 now and probably getting to the final stages of your professional career, but what a busy sort of year you're having between, you know, between fights and obviously landing your dream fight. Probably ideally you probably maybe wanted it closer to home, but obviously I think with the logistics and costs, Belfast was the best place to do it. But in 4 weeks' time, well, 4 weeks tomorrow, you obviously will finally get to have your dream. I'm guessing probably the vision's just, you know, picturing what everything's going to be like. It's going to be a tough fight, you know, and everything else, but you're probably now starting to picture the bulk and put around your waist and everything else, and probably a fairy tale, probably maybe not say not an ending, but probably it's coming to the final stage of your career, you know, to finally land that European belt. I'm sure it'll be like a dream come true for you.
Yeah, no, it will be a dream come true, and I do see myself winning the fight. I'm training to win it. I'm prepping to win it. Everything I'm doing and have been doing throughout the training camp and for the remainder of the training camp is all about being victorious and successful on the 24th of September, you know. So I have that backing in myself, that ultimate belief in myself that, you know, that I'm going to come up trumps. It is a home. It is on Irish soil. It is going to be a hostile environment for El Hadri. You know, he's going to have 700 fans there. They're going to be all in my corner. They're all going to be shouting for me. I'm really hitting serious form now in my own training, in my own sparring, in my prep, in my hitting the numbers on the running track and the strength sessions, and I'm really coming into form and I'm boxing so well. So it's only going to be a matter of time. And I'm prepared to go to whatever lengths I have to go to be crowned champion on the 24th of September.
I guess when I hear you sort of saying you're hitting your PBs and everything else, you probably nearly sometimes wish you were 10 years younger because...
No. I don't. I actually don't. I'm happy enough where I am in my life right now. And I live in the present and I don't live in the past. I don't live in the future. I live in this. All we have is the now, the present moment. And in 4 weeks' time, I'll be in the same place. I'll be like... In 4 weeks' time, I'll be living in that moment as well. And I will be ready to have my crowning moment on the 24th of September at 37 years of age. That's my time. And that's the time I'm going to become European champion. Yes, I wasn't even boxing at 27. I actually retired. I retired from boxing at 27 when I came back from Kazakhstan, and I spent 3 years in retirement. So, yeah, I don't live like that. I don't live like wishing this or wishing that. You know, I just try and take it, you know, live in the present moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way of putting it. On the same night, obviously, Anto Kakachi is obviously his biggest fight. He's obviously fighting for the IBO belt in Manchester.
Yeah.
There's sort of reference I have to that, and I sort of said to you before, is your opponent, Khalil Hadri, and Michael McNeasy obviously fought in the World Series of Boxing, I think, in 2015. So what obviously a special night it's going to be for Ireland, obviously, Anto Kakachi becoming the IBO champion, and obviously you becoming the EU champion. You know, I guess it's funny how boxing works, but the two opponents these are both fighting have also faced each other as well. So it's like a triangular contest.
Yeah. It's, you know, the world is not such a big place anymore, you know, and I'm delighted for Anto Kakachi. Really am. He's a top bloke, nice guy, and Yeah, I think he deserves it. Like, you know, he's had a lot of tough luck, misfortune. So he deserves a break. And he's looking good in camp as well. Just watching some of his videos, highlight reels, and that, and he's looking pretty good. So hopefully he can get it done and become the IBO champion of the world. So it'll be lovely, lovely moment for him and his family if he can do it.
Definitely would. Obviously, the card's obviously stacked in 4 weeks' time, obviously, with a couple of domestic dust-ups and everything else. Does it sort of show that, you know, I guess this sort of run now, this is Mark's fourth show in Belfast of the year, this sort of run now, making new signings, that obviously Mark Dunlop's taking things to a whole new level in Irish boxing?
Yeah, he's doing a good job. He put a nice card together there. I said to him today, I was talking to him earlier today, and I said, well done, that's a pretty nice card, you know. Great honor for me to be headlining on a card like that. You know, there's some good derby matches on it there, and some really good, interesting matchups there. So, yeah, I think people are really in for a treat. Whoever gets a ticket on for the 24th. Now, there's only a small few tickets left, so I think there's going to be a lot of people probably unhappy that because they're not going to get a ticket. So, if I was you, I'd get on them right now, very, very quick. There's less, like I think there's probably only a couple of dozen tickets left for the show. So jump on it.
Definitely. It's sort of, I think it was sort of joking to a few, I think I was talking to Conor Quinn and Owen O'Neill, and was sort of saying it's getting to the stage now where the Europa hotel is not big enough, may have to go to the Ulster Hall or look bigger, but that's a good conversation to have. If a venue's not big enough, you need to look for bigger venues moving forward.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we go to maybe Punchestown Event Centre, United Park here in Drogheda, you know, one or the other, so we can dream big and think big, you know. And but look, let's just appreciate where we are right now and be very thankful and grateful to the Europa Hotel for everything that they've been doing for us. They're a great hotel, and they provide a great service for everybody. So thanks.
Definitely are. Obviously, I want to finally finish. Obviously, I know sometimes people don't like to give predictions. You've sort of said there you're going to do anything it takes. How do you see the fight with Khalil Hadri going on the 24th September? Do you want to give a prediction, or obviously just as long as you
want? Oh yeah, the prediction is a Donovan win. A Donovan win. And it doesn't matter how, when, just a win, you know, whether it's short, whether it's long, whether it's points, whether it's knockout, it does not matter. I'm prepared for every possibility in this fight. Whatever he's going to bring to the table, I'm going to overcome it. I'm going to overcome it, and I'm going to win that title. And I'm ready. So the prediction is a Lilywhite Lightning win on 24th of September.
Fantastic. I can feel the confidence, obviously, from here, and I know we're about 100 miles away from each other, but I can feel the confidence. It's great to see a buzz, obviously, about you, like there always is, but roll on 4 weeks' time. Obviously, get to see you in fight week in Belfast. We'll obviously wish you luck with the rest of camp.
Thank you.
Obviously, pass on our regards to Laura, because obviously I'm sure it's getting to the stage now where the cravings are kicking in and everything else, and you'll be thankful to get in the ring and have a fight rather than obviously getting tortured about the house.
Thank you. Thanks, Eileen.
Not a problem. Yeah. All right, thanks very much for your time, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Okay, God bless. Thanks, Stevie.
Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.